Since 1960, Nigeria has experienced a persistent crisis associated with political leadership, which has adversely affected the outcome of governance. Despite abundant human and natural resources, corruption and mismanagement of public wealth have hampered the pursuit of national development in the country. In view of these challenges, the 19th Annual Graduation Ceremony and Leadership Lecture, organized by the African Center for Leadership, Strategy and Development over the weekend in Abuja, provided another forum for revisiting the governance and leadership question in Nigeria. Our correspondent was there and now brings us details.
Nigeria is a country with an abundance of human and natural resources. Its natural endowment spread across the length and breadth of the country. Like oil and gas, Nigeria is blessed with metallic minerals, with over 44 types deposited in over 500 locations across the 36 states, including the Federal Capital Territory. Nigeria's diverse mining sector is made up of high-value commodities critical for industrial growth, particularly in the construction, automobiles, electronics and shipbuilding subsectors. Despite its enormous potential and substantial contributions to the economic growth and development of the nation, the sector continues to face a number of challenges due to poor leadership and ineffective management of the country's abundant natural resources. Over the years, the absence of an effective legislative and regulatory framework has continuously impeded the growth and development of the various sectors. According to Dr. Otive Igbuzo, the founding executive director, African Center for Leadership, Strategy and Development, at the center's 19th biannual leadership lecture and graduation ceremony, Nigeria's mining sector is in dire need of visionary and dynamic leadership that can galvanize the energies of its stakeholders to bring up development in the sector.
Africa is endowed with a lot of natural resources. But as a result of poor leadership, the resources have become a curse instead of blessing, leading to poverty, misery, conflict, political instability, and underdevelopment. Our natural resource governance work as Center LSD is premised on our understanding that dynamic and visionary leadership, combined with appropriate strategy, can turn the resource curse in Africa into resource blessing.
In today's graduation ceremony, 36 students shall be graduating, with 200 new students taking their matriculation oaths online today. At the end of this graduation ceremony, the Central LSD Leadership School would have graduated 2,122 students.
And looking at this great nation and knowing that there are abundant resources that yet somehow still only contribute not even 1% to the GDP, it shows that the policies are just not sufficient. And this gap needs to be bridged. Now, stakeholders both from the public and private sector need to collaborate and to coordinate their efforts.
Also speaking at the event, a researcher at the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, Professor Peter Akper, said Nigeria is losing huge amounts of revenue in the mining sector due to a lack of coordination among the tiers of government. He added that the mining sector cannot be left as an open field where operators come and go without control, and therefore listed a number of recommendations aimed at strengthening its operations.
Other solutions we'll talk about is that we must have mineral resource federalism. Here we are talking about partnership-based development approach, defining the roles of federal, state, and local government based on capabilities or capacities and standards to reduce conflict over control and improve the investment climate for mining. In an independent regulatory commission, we believe that the technical departments in the Ministry of Mines and Steel as they exist today are weak and unable to discharge their regulatory function. Therefore, we are advocating that this department should be unbundled, and in its place we should create an independent regulatory commission that will reorganize and strengthen the ministry and focus on policy and sector, and leave the ministry to focus on policy and sector development.
To harness the potential of the solid mineral sector, we must strengthen our legal regulatory framework, enhance the security architecture around mining sites and communities, develop sustainable mining practices to minimize environmental impact, encourage transparency and accountability to combat corruption.
The event, with the theme Leadership and Natural Resource Governance in Nigeria's Mining Sector, also featured goodwill messages, panel discussion, presentation of certificates to graduating sets of the 19th set, presentation of awards to deserving graduates, and the taking of the matriculation oaths by the new students of the 21st set.